Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Simple Health, which makes birth control fit your lifestyle. So Simple Health is super simple. You just go online and fill out a health profile, which will then be reviewed by a physician to see if birth control is a good fit for you. Recommendations will be made, a prescription will be written, and if you have health insurance, it should be covered. If not, your prescription starts at $15 a month. Your prescription will then arrive very discreetly right at your doorstep. There's free shipping and it is super simple and convenient. I would have loved a tool like Simple Health when I was in college. When I was moving from different apartments, you can simply go online, make that address change, and you don't have to worry about any lapses in your prescription. So Simple Health's team of physicians wants to support your reproductive health more broadly and are now offering a line of new supplements, including probiotics, UTI support, and multivitamins. If you're a current Simple Health patient, you can go to your dashboard to learn more. It should be noted that Simple Health is not a replacement for routine checkups with your doctor. So if you'd like to try Simple Health for yourself, click the link down below or head over to simplehealth.com/Emmy or use my code Emmy at checkout. Big thanks to Simple Health for sponsoring this video and for their continued support. Now today I'm going to be testing out an instant ramen noodle hack. I've done many hacks. I've tasted lots of instant noodles. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll put a link down to the playlist below. But this one just sounds too juicy to pass up. And it claims that you can take a bag of ramen. This specifically is Sapporo Ichiban ramen, very inexpensive, about $1, and that by adding a couple ingredients, you can make it taste luxurious. Luxurious is the word that was used. I learned about this hack from Kevin Pang. He wrote an article about it in America's Test Kitchen. I'll put a link down below to that. He, of course, learned it from YouTube from a channel called Way of Ramen. I'll put a link down below. And they learned it from a Japanese ramen channel, which I'll put a link down below to all of those because I love how all that kind of transfer of energy and information works. We're going to take Sapporo Ichiban ramen. This is the miso ramen flavor, this brand and flavor specifically. And we're going to add Kewpie Mayo, an egg, and garlic, fresh garlic. It sounds great. All of these things have that really great kind of oily, rich flavor. Raw egg, mayo, oil, MSG, garlic. I mean, sounds lovely. So let's go ahead and do this. By the way, I've never had Sapporo Ichiban ramen before, so I'm going to do a side-by-side taste test and just taste it plain along with the hacked version, just so we can get the full, appreciation of the before and after. So I have 2 pots of water here coming up to the boil. They both contain 500 milliliters or about 2 cups of water. It's a rectangular brick. It looks very similar to Maruchan. On the back of the soup base packet was this, and this has the spice packet. And it says we should cook this for 3 minutes, super fast. My waters are up to the boil, and I'm gonna add my noodles, along with the scraps. Always put the scraps. While my noodles are cooking, we're gonna prepare the luxurious part of this recipe. 1 egg. Boop. Kewpie Mayo, 1 generous tablespoon. Soup base. Original spice. And grated garlic. And you want this really fine, so I'm using a microplane. This is gonna make it lovely. I'm gonna stir my noodles. We're getting close here. To my original ramen noodles, I'm just going to add the soup base and the spice. Smells great, actually. I love instant noodles. I don't eat them too often. They've got a lot of salt in them, but I really do like them. Bowl's a little small, but To prepare the luxurious one, we're going to mix these ingredients. Now we're going to add some of the cooking broth. A whisk would be better for this situation, but you know what? It's fine. Everything in there. Now you pull up your ramen noodles and you kind of fold them over the top. I always like to top my instant ramen noodles with green onions. It just makes it better and more beautiful. Look at that. Yeah. let's try the original first. Itadakimasu. I wouldn't necessarily call that miso flavored, but it's not bad. All right, let's try the noodles. Here we go. Itadakimasu. The texture of the noodles are pretty similar to maruchan noodles. They're not particularly bouncy or firm. They remind me a little bit of cup noodle. They're pretty tender. The green onions really liven things up. And the broth is fine. Not particularly remarkable, but it's an instant noodle. It's hot. It only took 3 minutes to cook. I think the real magic for me when it comes to instant noodles is when you start to add additions to it. When you add a soft-boiled egg, when you add some bamboo shoots, when you add a little bit of pork and green onions, then it becomes a real satisfying dish. As it is, it's not bad. It just needs more. The spice in that is very, very mild. I don't even detect it. The moment I've been waiting for, let's try the luxurious version. And already it does look more luxurious. Just look at the color of the broth. It's milkier, it looks richer and thicker in consistency. Let's taste the broth first because that's what I'm most curious about. Here we go. Oh, that is good. All right, let me have it with the noodles so I have the full experience. Definite improvement. So the first thing I notice is the mouthfeel. It feels more slippery, more rich, and the consistency of the soup is much thicker. So it just feels more tangible. It almost tastes dairied, as if there's some cream in there. And then you've got the garlic, which just blows this out of the park. This is fine, but when you add the garlic, it just bolsters it, enlivens everything, and just makes it taste more complex and just more delicious. And fresh garlic here I think is really important. Putting the raw garlic in there with the hot broth cooks it just slightly, so it gives you that really strong garlic flavor. Delicious, absolutely delicious. I prefer a bouncier, chewier noodle. Some of the Korean style noodles I really love because of that texture. And it's all about the broth here, really. And so when you dip these noodles in the broth, they just soak everything up. So besides the mayo, we have an egg in here. So that gives us that really unctuous, rich feeling broth in both texture and in flavor. Because of the style of the noodle, it does still taste like instant noodle, but it definitely elevates it to a place where you're just like, In the end, it still tastes like instant noodles, but it's a much, much more pleasurable experience and much tastier than just the original. And I think this would be even better once you add a soft-boiled egg to it. Maybe a couple pieces of pork, maybe some bamboo shoots, maybe some cooked bean sprouts. Then you've got yourself a delicious, inexpensive, fast bowl of instant ramen. All right, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to Simple Health for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to try Simple Health out for free, click the link down below or head over to simplehealth.com/Emmy or use my code Emmy at checkout. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Check out my new website with printable recipes and instructions. And yeah, toodaloo. Take care. Bye. Back to the more important things that are in order, which is consuming this entire bowl of ramen.